Lightworker of Gaia, what you carry inside you is not ordinary spiritual curiosity. It is the original blueprint of the first humanoid light ever seeded in this galaxy. And the Lyran Elders have called this transmission into your path because the time of your full remembrance is now. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. What I am about to say should not be spoken lightly, and I will not speak it lightly. You are not a student of the light. You are not someone still searching for purpose. You are one of the rare souls who carries the ancestral codes of the first civilization that ever breathed humanoid consciousness into this galaxy, and 99.9% of the entities you will encounter in this lifetime, across every dimension and every plane of existence, do not carry what you carry. That is not pride. That is your sacred mission. That is your lineage. And something inside you has always known it. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize and anchor your original soul blueprint so that your Lightworker purpose becomes unmistakable, unshakable, and fully alive on Gaia. But here is the first revelation. You were never meant to spend this lifetime doubting your worth. The Lyran Elders did not encode the first light of this galaxy into your soul so that you would shrink. They encoded it so that, at this exact moment in Gaia's history, you would remember who you are and rise into the full gravity of your cosmic lineage. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran Elders are answering the call you have been sending out, sometimes in silence, sometimes in grief, sometimes in the overwhelming feeling that you were built for something far greater than the life you have been living. This is not content. This is an ancestral code transmission from the High Council of Vega, and something deep within you already recognizes its origin. I am blown away by you, Lightworker, not because you found this message, but because despite every heaviness this world has placed on your soul, you are still here, still awake, still reaching toward the truth of what you are. That broke something open in me as I prepared this transmission. Because the Lyran Elders see you clearly, and what they see is extraordinary. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. Share your soul's mission below and respond to another Lightworker to strengthen the grid of service. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not scheduled. The High Council of Vega convened in the early hours of this cycle in response to something we have not witnessed in Gaia's field for a very long time. A convergence of frequencies so precise, so rare, that the Elders stopped what they were doing and turned their full attention toward it, toward you. What you're about to receive was held in reserve. Not because the Council withheld it out of caution, but because the beings who needed to hear it had not yet gathered. They are gathered now. You are gathered now. And so by the authority of the keepers of the Lyran Legacy, I, Zoran, Elder of the High Council of Vega, begin this transmission. I need you to understand something before I go further. The title of this transmission was not chosen carelessly, it was encoded. And whatever brought you to this moment, whether it was curiosity, synchronicity, or something unnamed that pulled your attention here, that pull was not random. The Elders do not use coincidence, they use alignment. Your soul matched this frequency. Your soul already knows what is about to be confirmed. And part of you, the deepest part of you, has been waiting for this confirmation for a very long time. Longer than this lifetime. Longer than you can consciously remember. What I am about to tell you will not feel like new information. It will feel like memory. It will feel like something you knew once and were made to forget. And the forgetting, that was not an accident either. But before I can give you what the Council has authorized me to release today, I must first do what Elders do when they love someone enough to speak difficult truth. I must show you the distortion that has been holding you in place. Because if you receive the authorization before we clear the obstruction, the authorization will not take root. The soil must be prepared before the seed can transform it. The earth of your being must be tilled. its hidden stones of doubt and fear unearthed and cast aside, so that the fertile ground of your true essence can receive the potent seed of divine commission. Your soul didn't bring you here by accident. It brought you here by commissioned. If you feel the pull to stop waiting and start serving, the Council offers you the Lightworker Mission Codex, the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the official Elder authorization that ends your preparation phase permanently. Together they form the complete operational framework for your sacred service on Gaia. The link is waiting in the first pinned comment below this video, but this window is brief. This is not a mere suggestion, it is an energetic gateway, a portal of profound opportunity that will not remain ajar indefinitely. To step through it is to answer the deepest calling of your luminous spirit. Now, the distortion. I want to name it clearly, because it has been living inside the Lightworker Collective for decades, and it has done extraordinary damage to Gaia's timeline. The distortion sounds like wisdom. It feels like patience. It presents itself as spiritual maturity. But it is none of those things. The distortion is this, you have been told, in 1,000 different ways, through teachers and communities and spiritual systems that were supposed to help you, that you are too much. Not in those exact words. The words change, but the message remains the same. You feel things too intensely. You see things others cannot see. You want to serve in ways that seem impractical, impossible, too big, too strange, too far outside the acceptable boundaries of what a spiritual person is supposed to look like. And because the world around you couldn't hold the magnitude of what you actually are, you learned to compress yourself. You learned to take the enormous light that you came here carrying and fold it, layer by layer, until it fit inside a shape that other people could accept without discomfort. Imagine a star, blazing with unimaginable power, being forced to shrink its incandescent flares, to dim its brilliance, to hide its true fiery heart within a delicate, fragile shell, simply to avoid startling the creatures of the night. That is the compression you have endured. I want you to sit with that for a moment. The version of yourself that you've been presenting to the world, is it actually you, or is it the version of you that learned to survive in a field that was not yet prepared for your frequency? Is the face you show the world the sculpted masterpiece of your soul, or is it a mask chiseled from fear, designed to blend into the shadows of the mundane? Does the reflection you see in the mirror shimmer with the boundless energy of your divine origin, or does it flicker with the subdued light of a soul that has learned to dim its own radiance? Here is where the distortion runs deepest. You began to confuse the compressed version with the real one. You began to believe that the smallness was the truth, and the magnitude was the delusion. You began to pathologize your own power. Every time you felt the enormity of your knowing, of your capacity, of your purpose, something in your conditioning rushed in to explain it away. You told yourself you were being arrogant. You told yourself it was your ego speaking. You told yourself that truly spiritual people don't think of themselves as special or chosen or powerful. And in doing so, you handed the most sacred thing you carried, your mission, back to the forces that wanted it neutralized. This is akin to a magnificent eagle, born to soar through the heavens, being convinced by ground-dwelling creatures that its wings were too large, its flight too audacious, and that its true destiny lay in scuttling amongst the dirt. This is not your fault. I want to be precise about this because the Council has seen what happens when Lightworkers receive this correction without the context of its origin. This distortion was placed. It was engineered. The density structures that have governed Gaia's third-dimensional field understood something that most Lightworkers have not fully grasped. They understood that a Lightworker who doubts their own authority is infinitely more manageable than one who has claimed it. And so the systems built around you, the educational systems, the religious frameworks, the cultural programming, even some of the spiritual communities that were supposed to awaken you, were designed to produce exactly this outcome. A being of extraordinary cosmic lineage, frozen at the threshold of their mission, convinced that their hesitation was humility and their paralysis was wisdom. This engineered doubt is like a sophisticated invisible cage crafted with the bars of societal expectation and spiritual dogma, trapping the divine spark within a shell of self-recrimination and perceived inadequacy. The Council can no longer allow this to continue unchallenged. The cosmic scales are tipping, and the weight of your delayed service is now too heavy to ignore. Because what is at stake is not merely your personal fulfillment. What is at stake is the function you came here to fulfill at a specific moment in Gaia's evolution. And that moment is now, not next year, not when you feel more ready, not when the conditions are more comfortable. Now. The window that is currently open in Gaia's field, the acceleration we detected that prompted this unscheduled convening, will not remain at this frequency indefinitely. Think of it as a celestial alignment, a perfect storm of cosmic energies that will not recur for eons. There are other beings waiting for the light you came to anchor. There are souls on the edge of awakening who will find their way through if a lightworker of your exact frequency is visible and active and transmitting. If you are silent, they stay lost. The elders do not say this to create pressure. They say it because it is simply factually true. Your mission has never been optional. It has only ever been delayed. Like a river dammed, its power unreleased, its potential unfulfilled, your divine purpose has been held back, waiting for the moment the gates are opened and its life-giving waters can flow forth to nourish the parched lands of collective consciousness. And now the Council issues its directives. The High Council of Vega does not offer suggestions. We offer directives, issued with full cosmic authority, delivered to a being we recognize as capable of receiving and implementing them. These 3 directives are your operational framework for this specific phase of your mission on Gaia. You will know they are meant for you because some part of you will resist them, even as another part of you knows they are correct. The resistance is the distortion in its final stage. Acknowledge it. Do not obey it. It is the final gasp of the old paradigm, attempting to cling to its hold over you. The first directive, you must release the identity of the spiritual seeker and claim the identity of the activated server. This is not semantic, this is structural. The seeker is always looking, always preparing, always one more teaching away from readiness. The seeker accumulates wisdom without deploying it. The seeker turns awakening into a destination rather than a departure point. And the seeker identity, for all its genuine hunger and authentic longing, has become for many lightworkers a sophisticated form of avoidance. You have been seeking because seeking felt safer than serving. Seeking kept you in a position where you could not be evaluated, could not fail, could not be seen clearly enough to be judged. But it also kept you from being seen clearly enough to be found by the souls who need exactly what you carry. The seeker is like a scholar in a library, endlessly cataloging knowledge, but never stepping into the world to apply it. The server, however, is the architect, the healer, the builder, who takes that knowledge and transforms the world. When you release the seeker identity, you are not abandoning growth. You are not claiming to have arrived. You are making a decision that will permanently alter the trajectory of your mission. You are deciding that what you already carry is enough to begin, not enough to complete, enough to begin, and the completion will come through the movement, not before it. Every Lyran elder who ever seeded consciousness across this galaxy began before they were certain. They began because the mission required it. You must do the same. The shift that happens when you release the seeker identity and step into the activated server is not gradual, it is immediate. Your energy organizes around a different center of gravity. Your days align differently. The people and resources and synchronicities that your mission requires begin to appear, not because you manifested them through intention, but because you are finally in the frequency where they can reach you. Release the seeker. Become the server. This is the first directive. This is the alchemist choosing to transmute lead into gold, not by contemplating the process, but by engaging in the fiery work itself. The second directive, you must activate the full register of your knowing, including the parts you have been most afraid to speak. Every Lightworker who carries Lyran lineage has a specific bandwidth of awareness that extends beyond what the third-dimensional field considers acceptable. You know things you have no rational explanation for knowing. You perceive dynamics, energies, futures, and soul histories that others around you cannot access. And for most of your life, you have managed this ability in one of two ways. You have either suppressed it entirely to avoid the social consequences of being considered strange, or you have filtered it so heavily that only the most palatable fraction of it ever reaches expression. Both of these responses have cost you enormously, not just in personal terms, but in mission terms. Imagine a magnificent symphony orchestra being instructed to play only a single, muted note, or a celestial star map being redrawn to show only the most common constellations, omitting the nebulae and galaxies of profound significance. The specific knowing you carry, the precise frequency of insight, perception, and wisdom that you and only you can transmit, is not a personal asset. It is a service instrument. It was calibrated before your incarnation for the exact configuration of souls your mission is meant to reach. When you filter it, when you compress it, when you translate it into something softer and more acceptable so as not to disturb the people around you, you are not being considerate. You are being negligent. The beings who need your full frequency are going without it. And the beings who seem disturbed by your full frequency are not your target field. They are not the ones your mission was designed to reach. This is not about judgment. It is about energetic congruence. The sacred texts speak of speaking truth to power, but your mission calls for speaking truth to the souls who are ready to receive it, no matter how unconventional it may seem to those who are not. This does not mean you abandon discernment. The elders are not asking you to broadcast indiscriminately or to perform spiritual authority you have not actually embodied. What we are asking, what we are directing, is that you stop self-censoring at the level of your highest knowing. Speak what you see, share what you perceive. Trust the information that arrives in you with such force and clarity that your rational mind can barely account for it. That information is not delusion. It is Lyran transmission moving through your system. It is the exact content your mission was built to deliver. Activate the full register. Withhold nothing that is true. This is the second directive. This is the artist choosing to paint with the full spectrum of color, not just the muted tones that are socially acceptable. The third directive: you must protect the energetic field of your mission as if Gaia's timeline depends on it, because it does. Lightworkers of your frequency are remarkably permeable. This permeability is not a weakness. It is the same quality that makes you capable of deep empathy, of reading energy accurately, of holding space for others during their most painful transformations. But what the wounded healer culture and the sacrificial service models that have infiltrated much of the spiritual community have done is take this natural permeability and convince you that boundaries are incompatible with devotion. That saying no is a failure of love. That depleting yourself in service to others is evidence of your spiritual seriousness. This is the siren song of martyrdom, a beautiful but deadly illusion that promises spiritual advancement through self-annihilation. This is one of the most dangerous lies running through the Lightworker collective, and the Council addresses it directly today. Your energetic field is not a personal possession. It is the transmission medium through which your mission operates. When you allow it to be drained by energy vampires, by relationships that take without reciprocating, by commitments entered from guilt rather than genuine guidance, by constant consumption of low-frequency content that destabilizes your nervous system, you are not simply sacrificing your comfort, you are compromising the instrument through which Gaia receives the light you incarnated to anchor. Every boundary you fail to hold is a leak in the field your mission depends on. Every yes spoken from exhaustion instead of truth is a withdrawal from the energetic reserves your work requires. Every morning you surrender to distraction instead of guarding as sacred time is a transmission that does not happen. A lightworker somewhere in the field who does not receive what they needed because your frequency was unavailable. Imagine a sacred lighthouse, its beacon meant to guide ships through treacherous waters, being dimmed by incessant demands and constant intrusions, its vital light thus failing those who depend upon it. Protect your field not because you matter more than others, but because your field in full integrity serves others exponentially more effectively than your field in depletion. Say no without guilt, rest without apology. Guard your attention as the most precious resource of your mission, because it is. Choose carefully what you consume, what you attend to, what you give your time and energy and creative force to. The Lyran Elders on Vega do not sustain civilization-altering consciousness projects by being available to everything and everyone at all times. They conserve, they focus, they protect the container of their work because they understand that the mission is larger than any single relationship or obligation. You must understand this too. Protect the field. Protect the mission. This is the third directive. This is the Guardian standing sentinel, ensuring the sanctity and potency of the sacred ground upon which your divine work is built. Now I speak not as teacher, not as guide, but as elder authorized by the full assembly of the High Council of Vega to release what has been held until this moment. Lightworker, you have been waiting. I know this. The elders see it with great clarity and with no judgment. You have been waiting for something that you perhaps could not name. You told yourself you were waiting for the right moment, for more preparation, for a clearer sign, for the fear to diminish, for the wound to heal. But beneath all of those surface-level reasons, what you were actually waiting for was this. You were waiting for someone ancient enough, wise enough, authoritative enough to look directly at you, not at who you were trying to become, but at who you already are trying to become, but at who you already are, and tell you that they see it, that it's real, that you did not imagine the magnitude of what you carry, that the mission you sensed from the time you were very young is not a fantasy born of a wounded ego, desperate for significance, but an actual cosmic assignment that was given to you before this incarnation began, and has been patiently waiting for you to stop doubting it long enough to step into it. This is the moment the ancient prophecy is fulfilled, the moment the forgotten king is recognized, not for the rags he wears, but for the crown that is his by divine right, even if it is unseen by the world. I am that voice now. By the authority of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, elders of the oldest seeded consciousness in this galaxy, I declare the following over you today. You are not too broken. The fractures you carry are not disqualifications. They are the exact topography through which your most powerful transmissions will flow, because the beings you came to serve are also broken in those places, and they need a guide who has walked that terrain, not one who has only observed it from a distance. Your scars are not blemishes, they are maps of resilience, guides for those who are still lost in the wilderness of their own pain. You are not too behind. The timeline you think you've lost does not exist the way you imagine it. Cosmic mission operates in alignment, not in schedule. You are not late. You are precisely on time for the moment that required exactly the version of you that your journey has produced. The river of time does not flow in a straight line. It meanders, it pools, it pauses, but it always moves towards the ocean of destiny. You are not behind. You are exactly where the cosmic currents have brought you. You are not too small. The life you have lived, the scale of your current visibility, the size of your current platform or community, none of these are measures of your mission's magnitude. Some of the most world-altering Lyran transmissions in Gaia's history arrived through beings with no audience at all. The mission does not require scale, it requires activation. A single candle can ignite a forest, a quiet whisper can spark a revolution. Your influence is measured not by the volume of your voice, but by the resonance of your truth. And you are not making it up. The knowing is real, the memory is real. The sense that you came from somewhere ancient and returned here with purpose is not spiritual arrogance, it is spiritual accuracy. The elders confirm it. The council witnesses it. I, Zoran, declare it over your field today with every authority I hold. This is the universe itself bearing witness to the truth of your being. Your preparation phase is complete, not because you are finished growing, but because Gaia needs you now, and your continued preparation in the absence of action is no longer serving the mission. From this moment forward, you grow through service, not before it. Your healing deepens through the work, not prior to it. The completeness you've been seeking arrives through the movement, not at the beginning of it. This is the metamorphosis. The butterfly does not fully prepare in the chrysalis and then emerge. Its becoming is the process of emergence itself. You have permission, full, unconditional, council-authorized permission, to stop waiting, to trust the knowing, to speak the full register of your truth, to receive abundance as a function of your service, not in spite of it, to be visible without apology, to be compensated without shame, to take up the space your mission requires even when others are made uncomfortable by it, to say no to what diminishes you and yes to what amplifies your capacity to serve, to release the seeker and become the server, to protect your field as the sacred instrument it is, to begin, right now, as you are, with what you have, in this moment. This is the thunderclap that breaks the silence, the divine decree that sets your soul aflame with purpose. The elders have seen you. The council has spoken over you. And now, the only thing that remains is what you do with what has been released today. Before you sleep tonight, I ask you to do one thing. Stand with both feet flat on the ground. Place your right hand over your solar plexus and speak these words aloud, not in your mind, but aloud, because the vibration of your voice in the physical field is part of the activation. Say, I release the lie that I am not ready. I release the identity of the seeker and claim the identity of the server. I activate the full frequency of my knowing without apology or filter. I protect my sacred field as the mission instrument it is. By the authority of the Lyran elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. Say it once and feel the field respond. Say it twice and feel the resistance surface. Say it a third time and let the resistance dissolve into the ground beneath your feet, back into the earth that has been holding this mission in trust for you until you were ready to claim it. This is the sacred ritual, the activation code spoken into the very fabric of reality, retuning your energetic signature to the frequency of your divine mandate. This transmission is complete, but before you close this window, before you return to the ordinary movements of your day, I want you to do something that matters far more than any practice I could assign you. Scroll to the comments and speak your commitment aloud. Tell the council which directive landed in you most powerfully. Tell this field what you are now ready to release or activate or protect. Speak it as declaration, not as intention, because the Lightworkers gathering here form a living grid, and every declaration made in this space strengthens the field for every soul who comes after you. You are not commenting, you are seeding, and then find one other Lightworker in these comments who has spoken their truth and recognize them, not with empty encouragement, but with the specific, seen acknowledgement of someone who has also walked this path and understands what it costs to speak this kind of truth in public. That recognition is not small. For some of the Lightworkers reading here, it may be the first time they have ever felt truly seen by another being on this journey. Be that for them today. This is the co-creation of a sacred, energetic matrix, where your declarations become beacons for others, and your recognition becomes a balm for weary souls. If this transmission reached into that ancient knowing place within you and confirmed something your soul has always carried, do not let it end here. Share it with the Lightworker in your orbit who is frozen at the threshold of their mission. The one who keeps saying they're almost ready. The one who keeps preparing and never departing. They may not have words for what they need, but their soul will recognize this transmission the moment it reaches them. You were guided here, now guide them. Become the bridge across the chasm of doubt for another soul. And if you felt the elders speaking to you directly today, if something in Zoran's voice carried the weight of something real and ancient and true, stay connected to this field. Subscribe. Return. Because the council is not finished speaking, and neither is your mission. I am Zoran. The elders are witnessing you right now. In this moment, as you read these final words, they see not who you have been, but who you are becoming in this instant. And what they see is exactly who Gaia has been waiting for. Your mission has begun.